Good morning, children. Today, let's revise the chapter tissue. What is tissue? Are the plants and animals have same type of tissue? Or what is the difference between animal tissue and plant tissue? In today's lesson, we will study about these 3 points. We can say that tissue is a group of cells that is similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function. In this diagram, you can see there are different types of tissues. In this picture, you can see the difference between the diagram. The tissues are making different patterns. In the next video, in the next session, we will study it more. What cells group of cells is performing what type of tissue, what type of function. So we can say that a group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to perform a particular function, the that is called the tissue. What particular function and what particular structure? If the you can see these cells are similar, these are oval while the outer one are elongated, that is these all perform different function. In next session we will study it in detail. Now you can see the difference between plants and animals. If we discuss the common differences between the plants and animals, then we can say that plants are fixed whereas animals can move. So they perform different types of functions. Next point, next common difference, that is non-uniform growth and uniform growth. If you see a plant that does not grow in a particular fashion or it does not have a particular shape, so all branches grow in different direction. There is no proper direction, no proper growth, though it can move upward and downward. Whereas if we talk about the animals, animals have all animals, if you see, they have a proper body structure, they have proper growth. When they attain a proper growth, they uh, the cells stops division also. But in case of plants that we will discuss in permanent and meristematic tissue, that how growth takes place. Next point, that is autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs are the, we know that plants can perform the process of photosynthesis and they can make their own food, right? So these are called autotroph, whereas and plant animals, these are autotroph, these are heterotroph because they cannot prepare their own food. Simple body structure, and plants, animals have a complex body structure. Next, you can see the difference. If we see the plant tissue and animal tissue, the difference between the plant tissue and animal's tissue, then we can see that plant tissue have more abundant as compared to the living cell, the dead supportive tissue, because the plants are in the, they need more support and they need more mechanical support because they have to stand in the environment directly. Whereas living animal tissue, they have more living supportive tissue, and that is more abundant, means that is in more amount as compared to the dead tissue. Plant tissue, they require less maintenance and energy, and animal tissue, they require more maintenance and energy. Differentiation of meristematic and permanent tissue, this we already discussed. This is a revision time. So differentiation of meristematic and permanent tissue we have discussed in the plant tissue, whereas in animal cell there is no differentiation of meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Plant tissue organization is simple, and in animal tissue organization is relatively complex. Plant tissue organization is meant for stationary habits of plants. In animal tissue, because animal can move, they have a characteristics of mobility, so their organization is meant for high mobility of animals. Now you can see we can classify the plant tissue on the basis of basically two types: meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissue is the tissue that keeps on dividing, that has capability of division. When the meristematic tissue lose the capability of division, it becomes permanent tissue. So meristematic tissue can be classified into three types: apical, intercalary and lateral. Apical meristem, these are present at the tips of roots, shoots, branches, and wherever in the plants the growth takes place, the apical meristem that is present. So it is basically present in the root, shoot, branches and leaves. It brings about the elongation of root and stem, means it helps in the growth. It increases the height of plant, which is called primary growth. If we talk about lateral meristem, these are present along the lateral side of stem and root. For example, cork cambium, it causes the organ, stem or root to increase in diameter and girth. This is called secondary growth, means the lateral meristem, it is present in the lateral side and it helps in the to increase the thickness means diameter, or we can say it girth also. So this is called secondary growth. Next is intercalary meristem. As you have seen that plants, they have leaves in their on their branches, so the gap between the leaves or from the place from where the leaves arises, that is called petiole, that is called node, and the gap between nodes, that is internode. So they are intercalary meristem is located at the base of leaves or internodes, जैसे like stem of grass and other monocots and below the nodes. It produces an increase of length of organs such as leaf and internode. You can see this diagram. This is location of meristem tissue, meristematic tissue in plant body. It is present, if you see, this apical meristem is present in the apical means apex means tips part, at the tips of root, shoot and branches, right? If we see that intercalary meristem, this is present between the internodes, and lateral meristem is present in the lengthwise and it is responsible for the growth of diameter. So after studying this video, you can solve this worksheet in your notebook. Question number 1, define tissue. Are plants and animals have a similar type of tissue? Write classification of plant tissue in brief. Draw and explain location of meristematic tissue in plant body. In next session, we will continue in detail the permanent tissue. Thank you. Have a nice day.